What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the CUL4 YouTube channel, where Carlisle United have picked up an undeserved but vital 3 points in the National League. Boston 1, Carlisle United 2 at the Jacobman Community Stadium. And I mean, I've got to say, I thought Boston looked a very decent side, considering they're down in 16th in the division. I thought Boston looked brilliant at times, and Carlisle really stuck in. And I suppose it's one of them, and it's not very often I compliment Carlisle as being a top team, but you've got to say that's exactly what a team in the top half of the table do. In games where they possibly don't deserve to win. And I thought Boston deserved a point at least out of the game, but Carlisle United come out with a 90th minute winner away from home, keeping the pressure on the teams in and around them, and really just, It's one of them, isn't it? And this is not me saying that Carlisle are going to win the league or anything like that, so don't take this out of context, but it's a title winning performance from Carlisle. Backs against the wall. We've holding attacks from Boston. We defended it well, and then we score very late on to win the game, and snatch all 3 points in a team that are further down the division than what we are. I thought overall it just looked like a miserable night down in Boston. It looked like one of them sort of real rainy nights. Not heavy rain, but that sort of sticky rain, if that makes sense, that just sort of doesn't stop throughout the night. And obviously, I imagine it was a very cold evening as well. So credit to the Carlisle fans who made the trip down there. I thought Boston fans sounded very, very good, to be fair, from what you could tell from the stream and everything. It looked like there was more than 2,000 people in the stadium as well. So credit to Boston for that. Just going to say before we get into the review, after McAdam scored, my DAZN stream just decided it didn't want to work anymore. So anything that's happened after McAdam's winning goal, no idea, so I won't be able to talk about that. But at least Boston didn't equalise straight after Carlisle's second goal. But yeah, it looked a miserable night overall, to be fair. I'm not a fan of the 5:30 kickoffs. I mean, this video, it's 7:30 and we're just starting to make the video. It doesn't seem right because the game's just finished. But I guess, if Carlisle are going to be picked for the TV games, then that's the consequence that comes with it. And of course, a safe travel to any Carlisle fans making the trip back up from Boston. It'll be a very late evening for you, I imagine. But yeah, I thought Boston started really well, to be fair. They looked very lively in that sort of first 10-15 minutes of the game. They were getting a few crosses in. I think it helped having someone like Morgan Feeney at the back. I thought Morgan Feeney looked like an absolute brick wall, to be fair, for a lot of the game. Well, all of the game, really. I don't think Feeney put off wrong in the game, but it's good to have a commanding centre-back like Feeney in the team just to get rid of these crosses and stuff, getting the last-ditch blocks in and everything. But Boston did look very lively in that first half of the game, and then there was a good chance for Boston in the 18th minute. The corner comes out, and it sort of comes to, probably going to botcher his name, is Abo, the number 24, and he looked a really good play, him, to be fair. It looked like he had a bit of pace in the transition. He just looked like a player that could cause Carlisle problems in the game. But he took the opportunity, he took it first time, probably had a bit more time than he could have, and Gabe Breeze just makes the save quite comfortably. Chris Clark gets a very cheap free kick, I must say. I don't think it was a free kick at all, but it goes straight into the wall, which is a bit disappointing from that distance. You want to at least get it up and over the wall. Then there was a good breakaway from Carlisle from a Boston corner, Chris Clark to Josh Williams. Josh Williams, lovely little fake shot to cut it back to Regan Linney with a decent effort at goal, but it's a good save from their goalkeeper. But I just want to say, of course, Harvey McAdam got a lot of plaudits in the Eastleigh game. Again, he's going to get a lot of plaudits after this game, but really, really enjoying Josh Williams at the moment in the Carlisle shirt. He looks like he's really enjoying his football. He looks confident. He's bringing us that pace in attack and defence that we need. So yeah, really impressed with Josh Williams at the minute, but just another example of that confidence with that little cutback played to Regan Linney. Good save from the goalkeeper. But then Boston responded really well to Carlisle's chance. It seemed like it was a very end-to-end game. As soon as Carlisle had a chance, Boston had a chance. And to be fair, Boston were getting a few corners, and it looked very dangerous from the corners, to be honest. And then the corner came in, and it was a free header for the Boston man. But fortunately for Carlisle, it was straight into the arms of Morgan Feeney. Definitely wasn't in the arms of Morgan Feeney. It was in the arms of Gabe Breeze. and it was a good save in the end. Well, it was an easy save, but it needs to be saved. The free header probably should have done better, to be fair. It just felt like so around about the 37th, 38th minute of the game, Carlisle was sort of hanging in a little bit. Boston really looked like they were going to take the lead just before half-time, and then there's some fantastic link-up play with Josh Williams and Harvey McAdam, but probably the two standouts again tonight. Harvey McAdam running into the space from, again, that sort of centre defensive midfield position, runs into space, lays it off to Williams. Williams lays it back. Williams takes it down the wing and then plays it back to Harvey McAdam. Harvey McAdam just puts it just wide, a bit like his finish against Forest Green, but this one just went a little bit too wide. And it's not the last time we're going to talk about Harvey McAdam running onto the edge of the box to get a shot off as well. As well, I've missed a point. The bit where Josh Williams and Regan Linney had a ball. A really good play. There was the ball from Chris Clark is absolutely unbelievable. Fantastic ball from him to split the line. Just to go back a little bit there, I completely missed that point, but it needed mentions. Great effort there from Harvey McAdam, just arriving at the edge of the box and puts the shot just wide. It looked like it was going in, to be fair, from the camera angle, but of course it did go. It did go wide, and then it's a brilliant play as we come into the second half. Brilliant link-up play from Chris Clark and Regan Linney. How many times are you going to say that this season? But Chris Clark to Regan Linney. It's a lovely run from Linney. A little flick to take two men out of the game. Fantastic from him. Cross comes in. It's not properly clean. And having McAdam arriving on the edge of the box, and it's not the last time we'll say it again here, but he arrives on the edge of the box. It's not cleared properly, and he absolutely smashes it in to the roof of the net to make it 1-0 to Carlisle United. A fantastic finish from Harvey McAdam to get the Blues up and running in the game. He does that really well, as we'll talk about again later, where he just arrives at the edge of the box at the right time. But, credit to Chris Clark and Regan Linney in the move. Chris Clark, obviously, brilliant ball into Linney, and Linney with a little turn to beat two men is brilliant, but Harvey McAdam, all credit to the finish. Absolutely no saving them. Top of the net, roof of the net, brilliant finish from McAdam. And then before I even had time to finish writing my notes on it, Carlisle United conceded and it was 1-1. I couldn't believe what I was watching, to be honest. It's straight from kick-off. Boston go up the other end. There's a minute in between the two goals, I believe. And Boston equalise. It's not dealt with very well at all by Carlisle. The initial part, it seems to be miscommunication between Hayden and Harper. For me, a lot of people are saying it's Harper. For me, I think Hayden should just command it and just get rid of the ball, which he doesn't. He just seems to pull away from the tackle, and it allows the Boston lad to get the shot in, and then it's parried by Gabe Breeze. You could maybe think Breeze might do better, and then it's tapped in from John Lewis, not the shop, the player, to give Boston the 1-1. And for me, I mean, we're not looking at excuses. It looked offside, in my opinion. I haven't seen like a replay to be definite. I can't even speak, honestly. But to be 100% about it, I haven't seen a replay to say for sure. But it looked offside in the game as it was happening. He just looked like he was just in front of Josh Williams. But I mean, I'm not looking at excuses there, to be fair. For one, Hayden or Harper needs to get rid of it, just to be decisive and just clear it. And Gabe Breeze potentially could do a lot better. Obviously, just parrying it straight to their play is not really a great look for the Carlisle number one at the moment. But yeah, that was 1-1. And you just feared that Boston were going to take that sort of momentum and continue in the game. And to be fair, they did. There was a decent opportunity again from John Lewis. It's a good volley, sort of. I don't know how he's connected with it so well in the position he's in. He's got two defenders on him, and he's backing into one of them, and he still managed to turn on the volley and get the shot away. Not the most powerful volley in the world, but Breeze does have to. He does have to clip it wide. I don't think it was going in. It looked maybe hit the post, but I think Breeze seen it a bit late. But it's a ridiculous effort, to be fair to John Lewis, who was causing Carlisle a handful of problems in the game. And then George Kelly had a volley up the pitch, always going wide, never troubling the goalkeeper. I think we made some substitutes around the 76th minute. I wrote it was the 62nd minute, and I was questioning, are these subs going to come? I'd like to have seen a Luke Armstrong just offer something a little bit different from Georgie Kelly, because Georgie Kelly at the moment is getting involved in the game, but he's not getting involved in the areas where you would like him to get involved. I feel like Luke Armstrong, just with the press and he's a different striker altogether, isn't he, to Georgie Kelly? Really changes things up. Would have been good to see him maybe a little bit earlier. I mean, Luke Armstrong didn't come on until 90 plus minutes, but I mean, when it works, it works. Not going to complain when we're coming away with 3 points. But I just think this lack of substitutes, leaving the substitutes very late in the game, doesn't look brilliant at times for Carlisle. But then Regan Linney had a decent effort down low. Again, it's that link up between Chris Clark and Regan Linney. A good shot from Linney. It's a great save from the goalkeeper. Just to pull it wide. And Carlisle had a few crosses that were just really aimed at nothing. Whether that's Harper getting it in or Davis was getting crosses in, but they just weren't coming into anything. It just looked like we didn't know what to do with it, so we just lumping it in the box in a fashion. And then some brilliant play again from Regan Linney. It actually comes from a brilliant tackle from Aaron Hayden in the defensive half of the pitch. He just steps in for his man, win the ball brilliantly. Chris Clark again playing it to Regan Linney. Regan Linney with a fantastic cross, really fizzes it across the front post. Georgie Kelly just can't meet it, and it was painfully close for Carlisle at that point, with the game being 1-1. Then a decent chance for Boston. Archie Davis comes on the pitch, tries to. I actually quite like this. This is what I quite like about Josh Williams as well. He acts as a right winger and a right back. So Lawamba comes off, Archie Davis goes a right back, and Williams then goes up top, keeping that pace in the team, which we do need, especially in this division. But it was Davis trying to play out from the back. It's suicidal, really. Tries to take on his man. He gets caught. Man takes it through. Boston get the shot off, win the corner from it, and they had a decent opportunity from a couple of corners, Boston, in sort of the last 5-10 minutes of the game. But then it comes into the 90th minute. It's Josh Williamson with some brilliant play up the wing. And he cuts it back, and arriving on the edge of the box once again, it's that man Harvey McAdam with another fantastic finish from Harvey McAdam. He's done it against Forest Green, he's done it against Yeovil, he'd done it in the 50th minute of this game, and now he's done it in the 90th minute of this game. Brilliant finish into the bottom corner to give Carlisle United a 2-1 victory. Superb, really, from Harvey McAdam. The first goal is absolutely unbelievable, but the second goal, just to place it where he did, even better for me. But yeah, Carlisle United coming away with a 2-1 win. As I say, unfortunately, my stream did stop after the 90th minute, so I have absolutely no clue what had happened. Carlisle could hit the post, Boston could have hit the post, Boston could have had a goal disallowed. I just don't know. But at the end of the day, Carlisle United come away with a 2-1 victory at the Jakemans Community Stadium, keeping Carlisle joint top of the league. We are only second on goal difference, 43 points, but it is so tight at the top of the division. First and second, 43 points. Third and fourth, 42 points. Fifth, 41 points, and then a bit of a gap to sixth place with 37 points. But God, Rochdale, Carlisle, York, Bournemouth and Forest Green just don't look like they'll be dropping points anytime soon, do they? Them games against each other are going to be absolute 6-pointers coming into the latter stages of the season. Were you at Boston, or let me know in the comments down below. Safe travels to you. What did you think of the game? Let me know in the comments down below. Carlisle up next is Tamworth at Brunton Park next Saturday. Fingers crossed the Blues can come back to Brunton Park and take away another 3 points in the Enterprise National League. But yeah, Carlisle 2, Boston 1. Carlisle sit joint top of the league. It's not bad, is it, to be a Blue? I think we got more points this season than we did in the entirety of last season, of course. Different teams, weaker opposition and stuff, but it's still nice to be seeing all these points put on the board. And another fantastic away performance in terms of results for Carlisle United tonight. What are your thoughts on the game? As I say, let me know in the comments down below. But for now, I've been CEO4. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.